Above all, don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lie comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so loses all respect for himself and for others. And having no respect, he ceases to love. Pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. The really great men must, I think, have great sadness on earth. To go wrong in one's own way is better than to go right in someone else's. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. The darker the night, the brighter the stars, the deeper the grief, the closer is God. I say let the world go to hell, but I should always have my tea. Man only likes to count his troubles. He doesn't calculate his happiness. The soul is healed by being with children. I love mankind, he said. But I find to my amazement that the more I love mankind as a whole, the less I love man in particular. We sometimes encounter people, even perfect strangers, who begin to interest us at first sight, somehow suddenly, all at once, before a word has been spoken. People speak sometimes about the bestial cruelty of man, but that is terribly unjust and offensive to beasts. No animal could ever be so cruel as a man, so artfully, so artistically cruel. It takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. Talking nonsense is the sole privilege mankind possesses over the other organisms. It's by talking nonsense that one gets to the truth. I talk nonsense, therefore I'm human. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. But how could you live and have no story to tell? Taking a new step, uttering a new word, is what people fear most. Much unhappiness has come into the world because of bewilderment and things left unsaid. Nothing in this world is harder than speaking the truth, nothing easier than flattery. To love someone means to see them as God intended them. Man is a mystery. It needs to be unraveled. And if you spend your whole life unraveling it, don't say that you've wasted time. I am studying that mystery because I want to be a human being. Right or wrong, it's very pleasant to break something from time to time. I can see the sun, but even if I cannot see the sun, I know that it exists. And to know that the sun is there, that is living. The awful thing is that beauty is mysterious as well as terrible. God and the devil are fighting there, and the battlefield is the heart of man. Man is sometimes extraordinarily, passionately, in love with suffering. Beauty will save the world. It is not the brains that matter most, but that which guides them. The character, the heart, generous qualities, progressive ideas. You can be sincere and still be stupid. Don't let us forget that the causes of human actions are usually immeasurably more complex and varied than our subsequent explanations of them. Pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. I think the devil doesn't exist, but man has created him. He has created him in his own image and likeness. It is better to be unhappy and know the worst than to be happy in a fool's paradise. To love is to suffer, and there can be no love otherwise. If you want to be respected by others, the great thing is to respect yourself. Only by that, only by self-respect will you compel others to respect you. This is my last message to you. In sorrow, seek happiness. Besides, nowadays, almost all capable people are terribly afraid of being ridiculous, and are miserable because of it. Nothing is easier than to denounce the evildoer. Nothing is more difficult than to understand him. Sarcasm. The last refuge of modest and chaste-souled people, when the privacy of their soul is coarsely and intrusively invaded. Love in action is a harsh and dreadful thing compared to love in dreams. When reason fails, the devil helps. My God, a moment of bliss. Why isn't that enough for a whole lifetime? The cleverest of all, in my opinion, is the man who calls himself a fool at least once a month. I did not bow down to you, I bowed down to all the suffering of humanity. If you want to overcome the whole world, overcome yourself. You will burn, and you will burn out. You will be healed, and come back again. Killing myself was a matter of such indifference to me that I felt like waiting for a moment when it would make some difference. 100 suspicions don't make a proof. Wealth is the number of things one can do without. I am alone, I thought, and they are everybody. Lack of originality everywhere, all over the world, from time immemorial, has always been considered the foremost quality and the recommendation of the active, efficient, and practical man. And the more I drink, the more I feel it. That's why I drink too. I try to find sympathy and feeling in drink. I drink so that I may suffer twice as much. The man who has a conscience suffers whilst acknowledging his sin. That is his punishment. Grown-up people do not know that a child can give exceedingly good advice, even in the most difficult case. The fear of appearances is the first symptom of impotence. Power is given only to him who dares to stoop and take it. One must have the courage to dare. Destroy my desires, eradicate my ideals, show me something better, and I will follow you. The degree of civilization in a society can be judged by entering its prisons. Man grows used to everything, the scoundrel. I am a fool with a heart but no brains, and you are a fool with brains but no heart. And we're both unhappy, and we both suffer. I used to imagine adventures for myself. I invented a life, so that I could at least exist somehow. Only to live, and live. Life, whatever it may be,